30 years ago, the average cost of gas was $1.10 per gallon. Michael Jackson was topping the charts with his Thriller album, and Apple rolled out the first Macintosh personal computer. Meanwhile, behind the scenes, molecular biologist Alec Jeffreys first developed DNA testing, and the AIDS virus was identified. While you won't find it in a history book or an internet search, another important event happened in 1984 at Barnes-Jewish Hospital. That year, St. Louis businessman Charles Seller made a decision that would affect the care of thousands of patients well into the future. Mr. Seller created a fund through the Foundation for Barnes-Jewish Hospital in honor of his physician, Dr. Norman Knowlton Jr., who showed exceptional and compassionate care for his patients.
He represented, in my judgment, high excellency when it was dealing with a patient. We call that patient care. I always thought that that was part of medicine that doesn't get enough light. The first round of defense, the first line, is the intern. And Dr. Knowlton was a fabulous, compassionate intern.
The fund Mr. Seller established with the foundation launched the annual Knowlton Incentive for Excellence Awards, which recognizes resident physicians who have demonstrated the ability to balance exceptional and compassionate care with outstanding leadership and skill in internal medicine.
The internist that comes out of Barnes-Jewish is a cut above all the rest, in my judgment, because they show this compassion. They have a real feeling for curing. That's something. I like to look at it as the unscientific part of care that a doctor has with his patient, and that's why I wanted to promote it.
Since 1984, the Knowlton Fund has awarded nearly $3 million in support for resident education programs at Barnes-Jewish Hospital and Washington University School of Medicine. The Knowlton Award continues to advance the hospital's devotion to helping our residents achieve the best possible outcomes for their patients and provide the best possible care for them, just as Dr. Knowlton did for so many years.
Myself and my sisters all were very proud of my father. He loved taking care of his patients. Patients were put up on a pedestal, not only as an example for teaching purposes, but for the purposes of making the patient special.
The Knowlton Spirit describes physicians who are compassionate caregivers dedicated to the science of internal medicine. Knowlton Award recipients continue to emerge as the best of the best, exuding the Knowlton Spirit.
Those individuals are high caring, high quality, knowledgeable young physicians that are wishing to continue to be the best in internal medicine.
From 1984 to today, the Knowlton Incentive for Excellence Award has been given to nearly 160 physicians, and these physicians have gone on to care for thousands of patients who have benefited from the Knowlton Spirit.
I was probably in the 6th or 7th class. It was really an honor to be selected to join that group. The Norman Knowlton Award for Excellence reinforced some of the ideas that I had about being a good physician. Dr. Knowlton had that dedication to his patients that we all, as house officers, as residents, could recognize. We said, that's what we want to do. That's the type of medicine that we want to practice. That's the type of caring and dedication to patients that we aspire to. This 30th year anniversary is an important one. It was just a few years ago that the Department of Medicine celebrated their 100th anniversary. And so for almost a third of our existence as a department, we've had this special award.
This award honors the best of the residents at this program to encourage them to provide the best care for this area. What an honor this is for them to receive the best from the best.
When Mr. Sella first donated funds to set up the award, I'm not sure he realized what a long-term impact he would have on our residency training program. I also see it play out over the years in the physicians that we've been able to retain that were honorees of the award. Dr. Greg Ewald is the director of our heart failure and heart transplant medicine program. leading one of the largest heart failure and transplant programs in the world. In some of the more recent awardees, I see that energy and that excitement for beginning a career. Dr. Catherine Lindley, who is working in cardiovascular medicine, particularly related to women's health issues. Some of the other awardees include Dr. Michael Knowlton, who is one of our finest oncologists specializing in breast cancer. Of course, there are many others that have received the award and gone on to practice the kind of medicine that Dr. Knowlton practiced for many, many years. And those folks are practicing here, but they're also practicing around the country, leading the type of career that would have made Dr. Knowlton proud.
One of those physicians who has incorporated the Knowlton spirit into his practice is Dr. Stephen Brown, Knowlton class of 1993, who is a cardiologist in Midland, Texas. In his own words, he says, "The Norman P. Knowlton Jr. Incentive for Excellence Award had a great impact on me interacting with Mr. Seller and seeing the high regard he had for his personal physician brought home to me the importance to our patients of excellence and compassion in our care for them. This award reminds me that being a physician is a solemn and noble calling, and that our care of patients is a sacred trust." Indeed.
So I'd like to thank Charlie Sella to recognize something that is so special for all of us, and that is the physician-patient relationship. Thank you for having the wisdom of setting up an award that every year reminds us of that importance and what a special gift it is for all of us who get to practice medicine.
I hope to leave behind a growing, strong community spirit with Barnes Jewish and Washington University Med School. We have to continue to support efforts like this, and we must always remember the honoree, Norman P. Knowlton Jr., for his contributions to the health of society. It's exciting for me to see that the Knowlton spirit is very much alive and part of the curriculum for the interns that are passing through this arduous program called medicine.
As the Chief Medical Officer at Barnes Jewish Hospital, I'm happy to report that the Knowlton spirit is alive and well at BJH.
Yes, the Knowlton spirit is alive and well at Barnes Jewish Hospital, thanks to the inspiration of Dr. Norman Knowlton Jr., the generosity of Charlie Sella, and the continued dedication of our exceptional residents and physicians. Now, it's up to us to keep the spirit of caring and compassion alive and well as healthcare evolves into the future.